Everybody, welcome back to episode 8 of Lizap Yankee Baseball Podcast. You are listening to the voices of Nick Giamonti and
Richie Pagnotta. What's up?
What's up, Richie? How's it going today?
I'm good. Had a nice day by the pool. It's beautiful out. How you doing?
Good. And you know what else is good? Is you sound great now with the new mic you got.
Yeah, thank you for the new mic.
Oh, you're welcome. So now we actually sound great, and he doesn't sound like he's a billion miles away from me.
What's that song? The Michelle Branch song? 100 miles, 1,000 miles.
Oh, the one that Terry Crews sung in White Chicks?
Yeah. Good movie.
I think they're making a second one.
God, they can't make a second one.
I think
today.
it'll probably be like a direct to like Netflix thing.
No, they can't. With the state of the world today, you cannot make two people in whiteface right now.
I don't know. I don't know what their what their desires are. I mean, if they make it, I'm gonna watch it because I love the Wayne brothers, Terry Crews.
Oh my God, they're
and just
so
the cast.
funny.
But anyway, we have gotten a little bit of taste of baseball the past couple days. Yankee baseball, at least. How awesome is that?
I'm so happy.
We got 3 exhibition games: Saturday, Sunday, and last night, Monday.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then the season starts Thursday too.
Dude, I cannot wait. Listen, I was at a bachelor party this weekend, and there was poker, there was drinking, there was all this going down. I sat my ass in the chair and I watched the Yankees and Mets for 3.5 hours, and I didn't care who was doing what. Mike, leave me alone. Mm-hmm. I'm in a mood right now. I just gotta watch it. I've missed sports for so long.
Yeah, I already had my plans for
Thursday.
For Thursday, yeah, I gotta work early.
Nice.
I'm hitting up the store. I'm buying mad snacks.
Beautiful.
Probably already have decided what beer I'm gonna get. And I told my family, I'm like, look, I don't want anyone to talk to me. I'm sitting downstairs, I'm watching TV, a fan is going to be on me. I'm going to enjoy snacks, beer, and I'm watching the full game.
Yeah. I'm already talking to my boys. I'm like, yo, who wants to come over, watch the game? I'm ordering wings. I'm getting 12-pack to my face, and I'm enjoying baseball for the first time since fucking, November. Yeah.
Real baseball, yeah.
Oh my God, that's 9 months ago.
I'm not saying that we haven't gotten real baseball, but baseball that
haven't gotten real baseball since
baseball
November.
that actually like matters. Now, yes, other baseball does matter, but what I mean by that is spring training doesn't count.
No.
These exhibition games don't count. What counts is this 60-game season. This is what matters. This is what we're gonna see. Is can a team start off 10-0 and dominate the season? Can a team start off 0-0? We're gonna find out.
We'll find out. We will. I mean, I saw something on Facebook the other day. The greatest 60-game stretch, I think, was the Dodgers. Not too long ago, and they were like 51 or 52 and 9 and 8.
I'm pretty sure that was either last year or the year before.
Yeah,
it was like very close.
It was insane. Like, if they could do that then,
what
and
can
if that's
they do
not
now?
too far back,
even
they could do that.
Even when Mookie Betts on the team, what are they going to do? But this is about the Yankees, and we're going to talk about these exhibition games.
Yeah,
I was
happy.
at my girlfriend's sister's house on Saturday, and I felt rude, but I had to watch the game inside.
I don't blame you.
And they understood because they know how much I love baseball.
I
which
saw
is
your
awesome.
snaps. I was laughing. I'm like, I'm doing the same thing, bro.
So I watched yesterday. I watched Saturday. I watched, I think, a decent amount on Sunday. I think I caught like the second half of it, or I only watched a little bit. Yesterday, I actually ended up watching probably from like the third inning up.
All right.
But I still watched the majority of the game, and oh my God, it was just so great to see baseball back again, man.
Yeah, Saturday's game was just amazing.
Yeah,
I was so happy with it.
We can go over the scores really quick, and then we could talk about each individual day. So Saturday, the Yankees played the Mets at Citi Field, and they won 9-3. Michael King was the starting pitcher. Porcello took the loss for the Mets. Sunday, Montgomery started, and he pitched 5 shutout amazing innings.
I'm so
against
happy
the
Monty's
Mets.
back. I loved him.
So
when we started
happy
him 2 years ago. I said he's going to be the next Andy Pettitte, and I hope that he is. I just want to be that solid lefty coming out and just sticking there 6-7 solid innings. And that's all I want from him.
Exactly.
That's what he's going to do.
Oswalt took the loss to the Mets. That game was at Yankee Stadium, so that was cool. Yesterday's game reunited some ex-Yankee players and ex-coaching staff with the Yankees at Yankee Stadium. It doesn't say right there who was starting pitcher, but I remember Davey Garcia started off the game.
Yeah, Davey started off. He didn't look so good.
I don't remember his first name, but Velasquez started for
Velasquez started for Philly, and I don't know what the hell Philly did, but
he was pitching pretty good too.
He was pitching all right until they kept him in for 4 outs for some reason. Did you see that?
So for those who didn't watch the game yesterday, it was 2-0. Velasquez was in the game. I think it was like the 5th or 6th inning.
Yeah.
And I was watching it, and whatever. They got the 3 outs. The inning ended. Went to commercial break. When they came back. It was 2-1, and I was so beyond confused because then I got a notification that said Aaron Judge hit a home run.
Yeah, no one knew what happened.
I was sitting because I was watching my phone. I was sitting in my bed, and I was just thinking, I'm like, I was only off the app for 5 seconds. I know I didn't miss an inning. What happened? And then I looked, and then Michael Kay, who was broadcasting at the time, I think with David Cohn, he was saying, David Cohn and Paul O'Neill, he was saying, what happened was they cut to commercial break too early. Joe Girardi wanted Velasquez to get to a certain pitch count level within that inning. He didn't reach it, so he looked over to Aaron Boone. They agreed to do a 4th out, but instead of him getting to the pitch count, Aaron Judge just blasted a home run to right center field.
Boom!
And as he was running the bases, Velasquez started walking off the field.
He walked off the mound. He said, all right, that's it.
Aaron Judge was confused. So he was talking to ex-Yankee player Neil Walker and Didi Gregorius. They were laughing. He's like, do I run the bases? Do I just walk home? So that's how we got 2-1, which I don't understand really how that run counted if it was a 4th out. I know it's a game. Look, at the end of that game yesterday, they were batting out of order. They had Stanton out of the lineup for 4 innings and then brought him back in to hit. It made no sense. They weren't following any rules.
No, that's what you get with exhibition games. It's all rules out the window. Everyone's just doing their own thing. That's why we had 4 outs. I mean,
yeah.
For the Yankees, it looked good. It shows Aaron Judge the homers in 3 straight games come back after a strained neck that people are, oh, he's soft. Put him in bubble wrap. Trade him. Get him off the team. And now he's like, no. I forgot Aaron Judge is just power. He's going to hit
3 home runs in the past 2 days.
4.
Well, 4 home runs. Sorry.
He hit 2 against the Mets, and then he hit another one, right? And then 1 against Philly. Or did he only homer twice?
He only hit 1 home run yesterday. The day before, he hit 2 home runs. And I don't remember if he was playing on Saturday. Kind of what the Yankees did with Saturday was they started more of their, not minor league players, but more of their minor league players. So, you had Estrada starting, you had Florial starting, you had Topman starting. They didn't really have our well-known our everyday Yankees starting on Saturday. I think also that was because why waste all our starters before the season
I don't know.
starts?
I don't necessarily think
I think that was
why.
more to see who's going to be the backup position players. Like, who's going to be my backup first baseman, my third baseman, my shortstop, all these different players. But they still kicked ass.
Oh, my God. They knocked everybody out. It was great.
And then Sunday, when they played the Mets, what they did was then they had the starting lineup. You had Stanton DH, and you had Judge. Hicks was in the lineup. You had Gardner,
Sanchez, Gardner,
everybody.
It was great.
And it was nice because the past couple of days, actually, I got to see Miguel Andujar play left field. He played third base, and he played first base, too.
Yeah.
So that was pretty awesome.
That was so fun to watch. And, I mean, we talked about it last week. Like, what are we going to do with Andujar? What are the Yankees going to do with him? Where are they going to put him? And they're showing, okay, well, we don't know what we're going to do with him, so we're just going to put him wherever we can. It's going to be very pitching based, and see who he's hot against, who he's cold against. If he's good against a righty, they're going to start him against a righty. If he's good against lefties, they're going to start him against lefties. And if he's bad against either one, they're going to bench him. He's a liability at the hot corner. I don't know if I necessarily trust him at first base. I'd put him in left field, but I mean, it's just so much in left field. I really don't think they're going to be starting a lot of Gardner this year.
Sadly, no, I don't think that either.
I think his time's finally up. I think last year was supposed to be his last year. He wasn't expected to start. And then because of all these injuries, it's like, okay, Brett, can you go back out there for us? Give us whatever's left in the tank. Yeah, I'll do what I can. And they said, listen, we don't need you to hit 300, and we don't need you to just get on base and do whatever. Just go out there and hit some home runs. And he did. He had career high numbers in home runs last year.
He hit 28 home runs last year.
It was insane. So where's that been the last 10 years? But I think this is finally his time to just be a clubhouse leader, kind of guy that just sits in the back. and is called upon as a pinch hitter or whenever they need him. I think left field's going to be interesting. We're going to see Andujar. We're going to see Talkman. We're going to see Frazier. At least that's what we hope. I mean, we still have Hicks, Gardner,
Also,
Judge, Stanton.
if needed, Tyler Wade can play outfield too.
Yeah, but he's going to be more infield.
No, he's going to be the backup shortstop.
Yeah, that's what he's going to do. He's going to be shortstop and second base.
But we'll get to later on because we do want to talk about our projected starting day lineup / season roster of who the Yankees are going to have.
Yep.
As their backup position players / pitching, etc.
So let's jump into these games. Like, what really stood out to you over these last 3 games?
Definitely how many home runs were hit Sunday. All right, so Judge hit 2 home runs. Stanton hit a bomb.
And Voit hit
Sanchez hit a home run. Voit hit a home run. But the one that really... Yeah, so we had 2 Judge, 1 Stanton, 1...
Judge hit a 2-run home run, okay.
But what really stood out was just Stanton's bomb, dude.
Yeah.
He hit a massive home run to left field.
That's what he's going to do. And, everyone's going to get mad. He's going to hit 270. He's going to hit 260. He's going to hit you 50 home runs. He's going to get you 100 RBIs.
There's the replay right there.
A full season. That's Judge, yeah. Judge was a monster that game.
Judge has had a really good exhibition series from the weekend and yesterday. He played very well.
Yeah. He's Aaron Judge. I love him.
He was actually tracking down some balls in the outfield. He was catching some.
He made a good play in the corner. I mean, it was a routine fly ball, but
he just has a great arm, though, man. He can just throw it.
Luckily, he didn't have to use it. All I really want to see right now is just catching the ball and easy throws, home runs, easy hits. I don't want to see anybody legging anything out too hard, throwing too hard, messing up their shoulder.
Yeah. Another thing that stood out to me was definitely how tight the Yankees were when it came to defense and offense.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, they really only hit home runs the past couple days. It wasn't really that much smart baseball where there was a run on second. They hit a single. He came running home.
Yeah.
I did see Aaron Hicks actually get thrown out of home, which I know it's a practice game, but I was just so tight to see him get thrown out of home plate.
Yeah.
From center field.
That's right.
But like I said, the defense, I think the Yankees over the past 3 days had 1 error, and I think it was just literally something. Yeah, it was that Duffy guy, which I'm not really a fan of Duffy.
I don't know why. I understand playing him just to see what he can do, but no, right now, all that should be at third base is either Urshela or Andujar, and figure out what the hell you're doing with them. This Duffy guy, he had no reason to start. So it didn't make any sense. Okay, it looks like you want to leave Andujar in the outfield. That's fine. And if Duffy's really going to be your backup third baseman, okay. I don't know if I really agree with that. Listen, I would start Andujar over Urshela, and then 6th inning, if it's close, swap him out, and if it's a blowout, leave him in.
And the Yankees even with the Yankees having an arsenal of outfielders right now, we also have an arsenal of catchers. Now, right now, we have Sanchez, we have Ionetta, him, and Eric Kratz, who was actually on the Yankees a long time ago. He went to other teams. He came back. Don't really understand why we signed him back. I think we have plenty of catchers.
Probably just a camp body, honestly. I don't know. He did have some good chops yesterday at the plate. He did have a nice single up the middle. That's all right, but he's not going to be on the team, so it's like...
Hicks got thrown out at home plate on that one, so I was kind of pissed. That was a waste. But, just the Yankees have a big potential lineup.
They have it could be huge. And the fact that they get 30 players that they get to keep on the team for the first 2 weeks, it's huge. Typically, it's 25, and then I think it was last year... or this year, I forgot exactly which, but they expanded it to 26 total players per team. Now it's going to be 30 and 28 for the first month of the season. So there's 4 or 5 more roster spots. What are the coaches going to do? Do you go 15 and 15? Do you go 13 and 17? Do you bring in more batters, more pitchers? I probably lean more towards pitchers.
Well, here's the thing.
But when you're a team like the Yankees, you're probably going to carry more bats.
True, and that's the thing that. It's great, but it sucks for Aaron Boone. Look, last year, I think it was close to 30 Yankees got hurt total this season.
Well, yeah,
it was a lot.
It was bad.
And the whole thing was next man up. And all the players we're seeing now, between Estrada, Wade, Florial, all these amazing players who came up last year, who put work in and helped the Yankees still get almost to the World Series. They're back again this year, but the problem is all the other players are back too. Nobody's really hurt right now in the Yankees, unless they're out on COVID or if they have a concussion like Tanaka. Nobody is hurt right now, and I'm gonna knock on wood because I don't want anyone to get hurt.
Yeah.
But the problem is, are they going to get starting positions over someone like Aaron Judge, someone like over Stanton, someone over Torres wasn't hurt last year, but
listen, what's going to
back.
What I think is going to happen is the only real position battle is third base and left field. It's what are you doing in left? Are you going to start Gardner? Are you going to start Andujar? Are you going to keep Frazier in? Are you going to bring up keep Talkman up? Third base, are you going to put Andujar there, or are you going to roll with Urshela? Like I said last week, I don't think Urshela is consistent enough to do what he did last year. I think last year he was a very big product of the juice ball. I think he had a fantastic year, and if you look at his numbers, he's never done that. I don't anticipate him being another Cashman gem like Didi was, or like how Luke Voigt was, like this cult hero. I don't see that happening with Urshela. I think he's going to hit you between 250 and 270, and he's just going to give you a really solid defense. He's going to hit you, if you're lucky, 15 home runs, but now you're risking Andujar. Andujar is a guy who's got 25 home run potential, 20 double potential. Like, he's going to get you big extra base hits. He's going to come up clutch. He's going to get you more RBIs. He's a liability on defense, which is why you put him in the outfield. But I don't know, because also I don't want him in left field because I want to start Clint Frazier. Frazier, that's what stood out to me throughout these last 3 games. Watching him now compared to last year, he's changed his batting stance. He's changed his style.
He hit a bomb the other day, too.
He hit a bomb. And, listen, I don't care where you stand on masks, whether you think you need them or you don't.
He's the only one wearing one on the field.
He's the only one wearing them. And you know what? He's doing it because he understands that this is his shot. That if, God forbid, anybody on the team gets corona, he's up next. He's the next outfielder. He's going to be the everyday starting fielder for 2 weeks if that's the case. And he's doing everything in his control to prevent injuries and to prevent sickness. So I commend him for that. That's awesome. But he changed his stance, and it's awesome. Like, he's not taking this big leg kick that he did last year. It's more subtle.
His stance looks so uncomfortable, though.
It does. I looked at him, he looks like he's falling over.
His left leg is twisted. And to me, because I play baseball, and I'm looking at that, and I'm like, that just... yeah, it works. It works perfectly.
Yeah, it works for him.
It does not look comfortable at all.
No, he's hunched over like this when he's at bat, and like he's going to fall. Like, what is he doing? But, he's hitting better with it. Great. It's 3 games, 1 home run. He's just playing okay. He's not playing out of this world. It's nothing to go over the moon about. But he's playing consistently. And all he had to do was he had to change that little leg step from up here, like down here. And now his hands aren't this high up. They're under his chin. They're more close to his chest. And that gives him... It changes everything. Like, that high leg kick is all about timing. So you got to get that early, and you got to say, okay, I'm swinging at this pitch, or like I'm anticipating whatever pitch is coming, and then I'm going to step and I'm going to time it right. And then he brings his arms up a little high, and then you got the whole point of swinging is you want to get your hands from here to here as quick as you can. And if you go up here, it's harder to do it. The closer you are to boom, then bam, then you got it. And he shortened his hands, he brought his hands close, fixed his step. I think if he gets a shot this year, he's going to be a more consistent player. And now that his hands are lower, he has more time to read the pitch. He has more time to say, okay, this is going to be a strike. Okay, that's going to be a ball. And he has the bat speed where he can sit on these pitches and just wait and bam, and just smack a single, smack a double, smack a home run. So he looked really good. And if that's the small change he did, and apparently he worked all offseason on it with 2 different hitting coaches, and he was really trying to fix that, because listen, this is a kid who was drafted out of high school early. He was a top 5 pick. He was like the number 1 prospect in the Indians organization, and he got traded to the Yankees, which was a dream come true for every young player. And it's like, okay, outfield's kind of a mess. Like, we don't know who this Aaron Judge guy is. There was no Stanton. All you had was Gardner, Hicks, and Judge. And now it's like, okay, like, you're probably going to get called up next year. Like, we like what we see from you. They called him up earlier that year. Then they trade for Stanton, and it really threw a wrench into everything. But now...
Stan's DH.
DH. And now you have Hicks and Gardner starting, and Judge. And now it's like, okay, Gardner shouldn't have been playing as much as he was last year. Hicks, I love Hicks, but I did not think we should have given him that super long contract. And now not only is he battling against Stanton, Judge, Hicks, and Gardner, okay, now you're throwing in Duhar, you're throwing in Talkman, you're throwing in himself, and you're throwing in future players coming up, like Jason Dominguez. Granted, dude's 17, he's not seeing the field for 3-4 years. But if Frazier's around for another 3-4 years, he has to now fight off this kid that's being compared to Mickey Mantle and Mike Trout. Like, you're going to start him. Like, I don't care what you say. I don't care if he hits 220. You're going to start him because of this potential that he seemingly has. So he's got a tough road ahead of him. And honestly, as much as I love him, the Yankees got to trade him. They don't have room for him. And if you don't trade him, you got to trade in Duhar. And listen, I was banging the table for years to call up Duhar and Frazier. They're two of my favorite guys on the team. To trade them would suck. But they got a crowded outfield, they got a crowded infield, and it's just tough. And I just think Frazier's done enough work this offseason that he deserves a shot, and I just don't know if he's going to get it.
He deserves to play more this season. My prediction is I think Stanton is going to sit out when it comes to outfield this year. I think he's mostly going to be the Yankees' DH this year. There will be some games where he will be in the outfield, but I feel like as a player, his role this season is DH.
So, question. I mean, I think that's like just known right now. Like, he is the DH unless Judge or somebody else gets hurt. What are you doing with Sanchez on his off days? You just benching him and use him to pinch hit, or is he your DH and do you put Stanton in the outfield?
I'll give him the off day.
Yeah, that's what
I'll give him the off day. I'll get to that in a little bit when we talk to rosters because I have some reasons for that. But what really stood out for you in these 3 games, like, or just out of one of the games, like which really stood out from you?
Probably the 6-0 game. It was really cool to watch King pitch. Was that King? No, that was what's his name?
Montgomery. Monty was back.
Yeah, I love Montgomery, so it was fun to watch him pitch again. And he seemed healthy. 6 strikeouts through 5 innings, only 1 walk, no runs. It was nice. And just he looked comfortable, and we haven't been able to say that. Like, I mean, he came back late last year, and he put up some pretty bad numbers, but he was coming off surgery. He didn't really get to pitch much. So, to see him now, like, settle down, like, find his groove, go back to Gumby, like, he looks good. And it was just fun to watch baseball again, honestly. I mean, Judge hitting bombs, like, that's nothing new, but it's good to see that this little neck strain didn't do anything to him. And I mean, look, we're part of a bunch of Yankee Facebook groups and a bunch of other Yankee groups on the internet, and everybody hates Judge. I was shocked. I understand people hate Stanton. Like, I mean, he's got an atrocious contract, and we traded for him when we didn't need him. I get that, but people hate Judge because, like, oh, he's always hurt, blah blah blah. And just to watch him come back in these 3 games, hit 3 home runs, and kind of shut people up, it's just been fantastic. And I'm kind of doing a little bit of a victory. Yeah, I think
to prove people wrong.
And here's the thing about Judge: like, his first season, he showed us he's not an injury-prone guy. The second year, he took a 95-mile-an-hour fastball off the wrist, shattered his wrist. That's not his fault. Okay, diving for the ball last year and breaking his ribs. Okay, he should have said something then. He shouldn't have waited until, it's February, my ribs still hurt. He should have said something back in September.
As soon as the Yankees got out of the playoffs, he should have said something.
Exactly. And listen, he probably didn't think it was anything big, and I get that. And it sounds like, honestly, it wasn't that bad. It just got more and more aggravated over time, and I don't necessarily think that's technically his fault. And the oblique injury, I mean, he's a big guy. He's got to do a lot of twists to get that torque and that power, and, that's the only thing I would say he's injury prone about would be his obliques. And even then, I'm like, I don't know if I can blame him for that. Like, it's not his fault. He's 6'6" and just this behemoth of a player. So to say he's injury prone is just nuts to me. And now just to watch him hit bombs and just score RBIs and just get on the base and do what he's supposed to do for this team, it just makes me happy because this is what we expected 2 years ago when he should have won MVP, when he won Rookie of the Year. Like, he's a guy who's going to hit for power. He's a guy who's going to sit in the box. He's going to get 8 pitches thrown to him. And now, that's good for 2 reasons. One, he's probably going to walk, or he's going to hit a home run. He's going to be on a lot of 3-2 counts, so he's also probably going to strike out a lot. But the big point about it is he's getting 7 to 8 pitches on average. He's knocking pitchers out of the game by just standing there. And you will look at pitchers who pitch against the Yankees. It's very rare that they make it past the 7th inning or even into the 7th inning. You see this 6 1/3 or 6 innings or 5 2/3. Like, they don't last long because their pitch counts get sky high, and that's because you got guys like Judge taking 8 pitches. You got LeMahieu who's going to take 7 pitches. Torres, he's going to take 6 or 7. Stanton, he's going to get 5 or 6. Sanchez, he'll probably strike out, but he's going to get 5 or 6 pitches. You got these guys, they got good eyes, and they foul off a lot of balls. They stay alive, they wait for their pitch, and, I love that. And Judge is the key to that, which is also why I think he should probably lead off, but we'll get to that in a little bit.
All right. Before we move on to our lineup and roster predictions, let's talk about the Philadelphia Yankees a little bit. So yesterday we had a reunion with a bunch of players back in Yankee Stadium for the first time in probably a while. It was Joe Girardi's first time back at Yankee Stadium. It was Didi Gregorius' first time back at Yankee Stadium. Neil Walker's, it's been a while since he's been at Yankee Stadium. Ronald Torreyes back at Yankee Stadium.
I love Torreyes.
And this guy named Blake Parker, who apparently was on the Yankees a couple years ago. I don't really remember him now.
No.
But he was there. So Joe Girardi, he was saying it was very weird to be back at Yankee Stadium. He goes, usually, I walk in through the garage clubhouse doors. I walk down to the stairs to the clubhouse. I meet everyone, greet everyone, say hello. He goes, this time it was weird. We went to the visitors' side. We came down, walked down a hallway, and then to the visitors' clubhouse. He said it was very different. It's interesting to see Joe Girardi back in a different uniform at Yankee Stadium. It's probably been a couple of years because let's see.
Probably 2 years.
Aaron Boone took over in
2 years ago.
17. Aaron Boone took over. No, Aaron Boone took over in 18.
Yeah, this is his 3rd year. He did 18, 19, and now.
Yes. And this is Didi Gregorius' first time back. He was
He's been out for 3 years.
Yeah, he was a free agent back in the offseason. The Phillies picked him up on a 1-year deal because the Yankees didn't want him back, which I think is going to bite them in the ass later on.
Who are you talking about?
Didi Gregorius.
I'm talking about Girardi.
I don't know. I said Didi Gregorius also.
I can't believe that Girardi was unemployed for that long.
Well, he wasn't really unemployed. He did a lot of
ESPN and Baseball Network.
But as a manager, it's been a couple of years.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I didn't realize it was so long.
I think this is only his 3rd time managing a team because I remember
the Cubs, right?
No, he started off in 06 as the Marlins.
Yeah, the
manager.
Marlins, and there was a lot of talk he would go to the Cubs. I would like to see him on the Cubs, honestly. I hate Philly. I can't see him in that pink
either
and
won. I believe he either won or he was run up for NL Manager of the Year back then. He got fired. Yankees picked him up. He took over after Joe Torre. He was with the Yankees from 08 to 17. Got fired, and now he is the Phillies.
Listen, Girardi's a great coach. I just didn't like him.
He just didn't get along with a bunch of players.
Yeah, that was the other problem, but whatever. He's Philly's problem now.
Yeah, so whatever. He's a great manager. I think he could do some great things in Philadelphia and help the team actually reach the playoffs for the first time. It's probably interesting to actually.
He's got a powerhouse of a team right now.
Yeah,
the fact that they didn't make the playoffs last year is pathetic with the power and just the big names on that team. And now this year, you're adding Didi. He's a solid piece, but the biggest piece they added was Girardi. Honestly, he's a proven
the year
vet.
Before that was Bryce Harper.
Well, yeah, and what did he do? Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. Though he did hit a bomb. He destroyed Washington by himself the other night. Side note.
Oh, Harper?
Yeah, he went freaking ham.
It's actually great watching him play Washington because he does go off.
Oh, he goes nuts.
But I just still think it's great
how he hates them. I don't know why.
It's great how he spent most of his career in Washington. They basically sucked. And then the year that... year that he gets traded to the Phillies for a 13-year contract or 10-year, whichever one it was.
He didn't get traded. He was a free agent.
Sorry, not traded. Free agent. He signed with the Phillies. The year he signs with the Phillies, the Washington Nationals just go above and beyond, beat everybody's expectations, and just win the World Series. And I thought that was the best thing ever.
Listen, I love Harper. He's one of my favorite players, but the fact that they offered him so much money and he still said no.
It was close to what the Phillies offered him. It was a lot. They offered him a massive contract.
Yeah, I think it was like well over $250.
I think he just saw a better potential in
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia.
If I were him, I probably would have done the same thing, but I would not have signed with Philly. sign with literally anybody else.
I don't think the Yankees even offered him anything. I think
They did, but they didn't offer him a monster contract.
Like a couple of years.
It was like probably close to 200 or 250, but it wasn't as long as it was. I think it was like an 8-year deal.
It was something like that. It was like 7 or 8.
Listen, they got screwed before in these 10+ year deals with A-Rod, and like we saw with Cano, they weren't going to do that. They sure as hell weren't going to do that with somebody that they didn't grow from their prospects or anything like that. They weren't going to do that with a no-name. Like the fact that Cole got 9 years was just the fact that they've been in love with Cole since he was in high school.
Yeah,
that's the only reason why.
If you don't know the history of Garrett Cole, the Yankees have tried multiple times to get him.
Drafted him out of high school.
Yep.
He said, nah, I'm going to go back and see what happens in college. Went from like a 16th to 20th pick overall to the first overall pick, which is extremely rare for that to actually happen.
Pirates.
To the Pirates. Yankees made multiple trade offers, and then when he was finally traded to Houston, Yankees gave a much better package. I don't remember the exact players.
Nobody can figure out why he went to Houston because the Yankees.
Some people just hate the Yankees, and Pittsburgh is clearly one of them.
Yeah, because the Yankees offered a good deal to the Pirates, and the Pirates said, "Nope, we're gonna go to the Houston."
I gotta find the deal what it was again, but I remember looking at it a few years ago, and executives around the league were like, "Yankees deal was like way better. We don't know why the Pirates did this." And they did that, and they just ruined everything. Well, and now we had to wait another 3 years to get him and lose 3 World Series because of that.
Now he's home.
Thank God.
For another 13 years. Another big-ass contract for the New York Yankees. Gotta love it. But yeah, so anyway, it was just... it was kind of... Yeah, we got a little sidetracked. It was bittersweet, though, because, I did love Didi Gregorius on the Yankees, and I understand he had a really bad season last year coming back from Tommy John.
It's tough.
And it's tough. And I think he's going to shine in Philadelphia. He's only there for a year. Who knows what could happen in the future, but I think... Honestly, the way it's going in the future is, I think Torres is just going to be the Yankees shortstop from now on. I think that's how the world is going to be in the Yankees organization.
I mean, listen, he was a shortstop coming out of AAA and AA and high school and everything. He was a shortstop by trade, and he was only at second base because we didn't have Didi last year. No, sorry, he was only at second base because we had Didi, and we didn't know what to do with LeMahieu, and when Didi was hurt, we kept Torres at short.
Yep.
And it worked out well.
The one player who it kind of broke my heart when I saw him come up on the screen because I was so surprised. I didn't know the Phillies had him was Ronald Torreyes, and it hurt my heart when I saw him come up on the screen. Also, Andrew McCutchen was on the Yankees at one point too. He's also on the Phillies now too. So it's kind of like the Philadelphia Phillies are basically the Yankees.
The Yankees past.
Yeah, the Yankees leftovers. So the Mets. The Mets have turned into the Mets have Melky Cabrera now.
Oh please, Melky's so much more washed up than anybody else we just talked about.
It's funny how him.
I used to love Melky. Then he got popped for steroids.
So did Robinson Cano. Look at that. Both ex-Yankee players. Now they're on the Mets. So. But yeah, it was nice to see old faces. Neil Walker had he had a short stint with the Yankees. He was okay.
He was okay.
He was okay.
Mets were stupid for letting him walk.
But come on, I missed the Tonight Show in New York with Ronald Torreyes, and
that team was so much fun.
That was a 17 team.
They brought in Judge, Sanchez, and Torreyes, and Didi brought in so much life and humor, and we just hadn't seen that with the team in years.
Because the year before that was the 16 team. That team was an old team, and that was Teixeira's last year.
Yeah.
If you look at the roster from 16 and 17, it is a big difference.
Yeah.
Big difference.
It reminds me of when we brought in Nick Swisher and A.J. Burnett, and, Yankees, they were stoic. They were this business-like team, oh, we have to pitch the game. We have to win the game, blah, 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 blah. Then it went to, who hit the walk-off hit, and then Burnett and Swisher are coming out of the dugout with the whipped cream pies, and we never saw that with the Yankees before, and it was they brought in so much fun. I love Nick Swisher.
Yes, I loved Nick Swisher, and when we traded him, I was so hurt. Or I don't remember if we traded him or he was a free agent. He was probably a free agent.
Yeah.
But I love Nick Swisher, and even to this day, last year he came back for Old Timers Day, and he hit a bomb to right field, and just the way this man just walks around and holds himself around others and just talks. He's a great guy, and I just wish that he would be a bench coach on the Yankees.
One day, I hope. He loves the Yankees. Yankees love him, and I mean,
Yep.
I follow him on social media. And
Your boy Swish, that's what his name
your
is.
boy Swish, he did a really cool thing that I wish was around 15 years ago, where it's like, okay, I'm gonna show you guys how to like properly catch a ground ball and what you have to do this and do that. And it's like, social media is great, and like when you have former players and even current players that like take the time to go on the social media, and whether it's football, basketball, baseball, and just show you like drills that they do and that you can do and all this other stuff, it's cool. And as any 15, 16-year-old, 13-year-old like watching that, it's like, oh, okay, I should be doing that. That's what the professionals are doing, and it's awesome. Like, you're learning how to better yourself. And like one thing that you can ask everybody who knows me, I cannot field a ground ball to save my life. If it's literally catch this ground ball or we kill your family, sorry family, you got no shot. I cannot help you. So that's just where I am in life. So if I had something like Swisher to watch Swisher in his tutorial, could have helped me. I could have made high school teams, which to this day no one hit the ball better than me, but that's another thing. But it's cool to see stuff like that. But now we're going to talk about the projected Yankees lineup for the season.
Yeah, I'm sorry I'm leaning into you. I'm just trying to
Come closer, Nick. Come closer. Oop.
I'm just trying to get onto my computer and just to look up some stuff on who we got. Now, like you said, we're going to move on to... I'm going to move a little closer so I can hit the mouse.
Yeah, open up my phone.
We're going to, talk about potential lineups, our potential lineup predictions. So right now...
Well, so first of all, Brian Hotch, whatever his name is, he's on one of the Yankee beat writers. He asked Boone last night, he goes, okay, what do you think the potential lineup would be? And Boone said this is a good chance that this is what the lineup will be. LeMahieu, Judge, LeMahieu at second, Judge and right, Torres at short, Stanton DH, Hicks at center, Sanchez at catcher, Voit at first, Gardner in left, and Urshela at third. So that's what we should anticipate the lineup to be Thursday night, and go from there. I mean, I have a couple issues with it. I'm sure Nick does too. And you want to start or you want me to go into it? All right, I'll start.
You can go. I was just starting to think. You can go first.
All right,
Let me know what you want, and let me know who you're. Or not me, because everyone else is listening. But let the world know who you want your backups to be too.
Yeah, I'll get into that. So at first, I'm probably going to lead off with Judge. I know that's not a big move, but that's an analytical move. Like I mentioned earlier, Judge is going to get you 7 or 8 pitches, and he's either going to walk or he's going to hit a home run. So I like those odds. I mean, they're better. It makes sense. And when you get that first batter up, his job is not to hit a leadoff bomb on the first pitch like Soriano used to. It's, okay, let the team see what this guy's throwing. Is it any good? Make him use every pitch he has. So if you can get Judge up there, you're going to see all 4 or 5 pitches. You're going to see all of them, no doubt. Then I'd go with LeMahieu. He's going to get on base, and he's just solid. I like Torres at third. He's our best hitter. Stanton at fourth just makes sense. I'd probably start Sanchez over Hicks at 5. Sanchez has more power. He's probably going to strike out more often than not, or hit a ground ball or double play. I love Sanchez. I'm a big believer. The dude's going to hit you 35 home runs in a full season. Super streaky, whether he's hot or he's cold. I still think he's one of the best players in the game. I would probably go Voit/Ford at 6. I just like them. They both bring a power to the plate, and at this point in the lineup, it's like, okay, like whatever. You're gonna either get on and hit power, or nothing's gonna happen. Then I would probably go Hicks or Urshela, Gardner. I would do that just because Hicks he's gonna hit you 260, 270. He's gonna hit a couple 20 home runs if you're lucky. I like him. I think he has a higher on base percentage than we will expect. Urshela, like I said before, I don't think he's the answer as a batter. I think his average is going to drop. His power is going to drop. We're going to see what he was with the Indians and every other team he's been with. I think he'll just be serviceable. I'd rather put Andujar there. And then I'd leave Gardner at 9. Just somebody that will be he's going to get on base. Honestly, Hicks, Urshela, or Gardner, or Andujar, they will be on base, and then you have Judge coming up again. The other reason I want Judge leading off is your leadoff man gets the most at-bats. You give Judge the most at bats. He's been hitting second the entire time he's been with us. He's going to hit you more than 54 home runs in a full season if you put him first. He's going to get more at bats. He's going to get 600-700 at bats. He's going to hit you. Jeez, he hits 10% of that is home runs. He hits 70 home runs. I don't think that's like hard to ask. 10% home run rate. But yeah. And then for backups, I like Wade and Estrada for short and second. I like Andujar third. I really don't think we need to keep Duffy around. Second, you also got to keep Thairo Estrada, but honestly, you probably send him back down to the minors, which sucks because he's good. I said we're gonna keep Ford, and then the outfield I want to keep. I want to keep Frazier. I want to keep Talkman, and that's it. Keep saying Tyler Wade could be an outfielder. I don't necessarily want him in the outfield.
That's like last resort.
Yeah, it's last resort. I get that. I don't
That's
think
like
we need that.
if everyone's just mad tired and it's like, all right, Wade, go off the bench, just go into left field for a bit for
Right,
an inning or two.
So hold on. So we got the 9 batters I just said: Frazier, Andujar, Wade, Talkman. Who am I forgetting? I just forgot. I said his name 5 times.
Estrada?
I said Estrada's probably gonna go down, and Ford.
Yeah.
So that gives us 14 batters. So you're probably going to roll with 16 pitchers. If they go 50-50, then they're probably going to keep Estrada. Oh, no. Stupid. We need a backup catcher.
Yeah, I was going to say, we have 4 catchers right now.
Yeah, so Higashioka. Ianetta is going to go down. They're probably going to just get rid of Kratz. So, yeah, they'll keep 15 batters that way. Pitchers. Oh, gosh. Scroll down. All right, so obviously you got Cole, Paxton, Hop, Montgomery, and Tanaka. Those are locks. You're keeping Britton, you're keeping Green, keeping Holder, probably keeping Canley, Loizaga, obviously Ottavino. That's 11, so we can only take 4 more. They may. I know Garcia's... Chapman's gonna be on the IL, so I'm putting him aside. You're gonna keep Luis Sessa.
Yeah.
You're gonna keep Michael King. They just sent down Clark Schmidt. Davey Garcia they're going to send down.
You don't think they put him in the bullpen just to have him?
No. He has so much he has to work on. He did not look good yesterday. Yeah. And then they got Ben Heller. They'll probably keep him. Honestly, they might take another batter. I would have expected them to keep Clark Schmidt, but if they're sending him down already...
I miss David Robertson.
Yeah. Honestly, 15 is Chapman. So they're probably going to pick up another batter, or they might keep on Dan Otero or Tyler Lyons. I don't really expect that. They'll probably wind up keeping Estrada up until Chapman's healthy, and then flip-flop them and go for the 15-15. And then once we start cutting down players, we're probably going to send back down Michael King and probably a batter. Who would we send down?
Probably Estrada if they bring him up.
I already said they're going to send him down.
You think so?
Yeah.
Probably Frazier or Wade.
Yeah, probably if that's the case, you probably
not
Frazier.
Wade because they do need
you need the backup infielder. So they'd probably send down Frazier. Oops, that's my phone. They'd probably send down Frazier, which is unfortunate.
Or Taubman. It depends who plays better. It honestly depends.
It really does.
Taubman could come out there and play like a beast, and Frazier could have a really bad offseason, or vice versa. Taubman could not be what they thought he would be, and then Frazier could just shine and say, "Look, I've been here. I'm ready. Put me in."
Yeah, and even so, he's backup. Your starting left fielder right now is Gardner, which I think is stupid. I love Gardner. I think he's great, but I think his time's passed. I think you need to put in Talkman and Duhar or Frazier. And out of those 3, I'd rather see Frazier. And like I said before, I'd rather put Andujar at third. And I would, like I keep saying all the time, start Andujar at third. Okay, he'll get you an error every 4 or 5 games. You can live through it. 60 games is tough. Every bat matters. Every error matters. It's big. But no team's going to score more than the Yankees. Write it down. I promise you that. No team's going to score more than the Yankees. And now that our pitching staff is so solid, no one's going to score on us. You got Cole, lights out. Paxton, when he's healthy and he's locked in, he's on point. Tanaka in clutch games, no one's better. Give me Tanaka. Montgomery, okay, you're going to hit Montgomery. He's going to have a 3.54 ERA. I'm okay with that.
Paxton's probably going to have a little bit of a higher ERA, too.
Yeah, probably. And who am I forgetting? Why am I always forgetting people every time? And Hap sucks, so.
Hap doesn't... He's okay. He's okay.
He's not good. He was good when we had him. We won 8 games. I said, don't resign him. He's a waste of money. He's going to suck. And then he sucked. I wanted to call up Justice Sheffield. And then we traded him for Paxton, which I was like, okay, we can do that. But J.A. Happ sucks. He's not good. He wasn't good for Toronto. He had that one good year 2 years ago, and he's been trashed his entire career besides that.
They should, when Tanaka gets back, they should put Tanaka in the starting lineup and move Happ to the bullpen. But that's for
honestly,
me.
they might go with a 6 or 7 man rotation. If they keep King, there's a lot of talk that they could do that, especially if they're keeping Loizaga too. They could do Loizaga and King, give everybody extra days off. It would suck when you give Cole all this money to pitch you 30 games.
Yeah. And
now, not doing 30, but...
All right, so...
I'll let you go.
Let me give my... All right, so you gave yours. Can I see that lineup again, the potential one? Well, because I can't reach across the switch screens, and I don't want to keep crossing the frame. All right, so... Phone's so heavy. What the hell do you have? A brick as a phone case?
Yeah, it's an OtterBox.
Oh my God.
I drop my phone a lot. Did you not just hear it?
Yeah, I heard it. It almost fell through my floor. All right, so I'm going to stick with LeMahieu at starting off. I'm going to stick with Judge at second. I'm probably going to switch Torres out of third. I don't think I don't really like Torres at the top of the lineup. I think he can come more of like a clutch situation when there's runners on base, and we've seen that in the past. So you're going to hate me. I'm going to actually move Hicks up to third.
Okay.
I'm going to leave Stanton where he is because, it's more of the cleanup spot. Torres after Stanton. I'm probably going to leave Sanchez in the 7th spot. Voit I'm going to leave. I'm actually going to swap Gardner and Urshela. I'm going to leave Gardner at the bottom of the lineup. Like you said, he can get on base. And if he's on base, he's still pretty much one of the fastest people on the Yankees. We don't have
that lineup.
We don't have a fast... I don't care if you hate it. We don't... It's my potential lineup. I don't think we have a fast team that much anymore, and we really haven't in a while. So Gardner on base to have LeMahieu, Judge, and then have Hicks come up would be awesome.
I don't see Hicks as your third batter, though.
He's been up there in the lineup in the past.
He's been 4. He hasn't been our 3-hitter. Your 3-hitter's supposed to be...
He's led off before.
Led off. I'm saying he shouldn't be your 3-hitter. Your 3-hitter should be your power guy, like your most feared batter. That's your third batter. That's why I like Torres
is the most feared batter in this entire lineup in the third position?
Yes, because you look at Judge and you look at Stanton, you know you're going to either strike them out or they're going to hit a home run.
Well, Stanton can be in the middle of the line because he strikes out majority of the time.
Stanton's in a good spot because he's probably your best pure power hitter on the team that you want. I look at it as who's ever up fourth is you're anticipating they're going to hit a grand slam. That's how I look at it. Like LeMahieu at first, I'm okay with. Judge at second, I'm okay with. I would love Torres at third because pitchers don't know what to do. Like, I don't think
pitchers are going to know what to do with this lineup just in general. This lineup is stacked.
The problem with this lineup, though, is there's only 2 lefties. Everybody's a right-handed pitcher.
If you put Mike
batter, except for Gardner.
If you put Mike Ford in, he's your lefty. Hicks is switch hitter, so he can be lefty.
It's
Gardner.
It's switching. It's switch. It's Hicks and Gardner.
Tyler Wade, is he a lefty batter?
Yeah, but you're not starting Tyler Wade.
I'm just saying though. I'm just trying to figure out the lefty batter situation on the Yankees because you're right.
That's the problem.
It's all righty.
All righties, and I mean you can't get rid of you can't get rid of.
When we traded Didi, that was one of our really only left-hand starters. We didn't trade
Didi. He was a free agent.
I keep forgetting we traded Didi. We
didn't trade him.
Free agent. My apologies.
Just let him walk.
Free agent. We let him walk. He was our left-hand starting batter, basically.
He was. And now the lineup is screwed. I mean, it's going to be... As stacked as the lineup is, it's going to be very hard to watch them do what we all expect. On paper, yes, they will score more runs than every team in the league. But, realistically, I still think that's going to happen. It's going to be more difficult than we expect. There's going to be nights where they go off, and there's going to be nights where they get one home run.
Depending on who's pitching.
Yeah.
So, that's my lineup. Position-wise, let's see. I'm just going to start at the top. I'll start at first base. I think if Voit starts off slow, take him out, put Mike Ford in and see what he can do. I think Mike Ford should be the backup first baseman. I don't think we need to throw Miguel Andujar over at first base at all this season.
Yeah, no.
Moving over to second, I would like to obviously have DJ LeMahieu. He's going to be starting. If he's not there, you could either throw Tyler Wade in, or you can still have Estrada be up there too. I know you said you're sending him down, but I think
he's gonna get sent down. Not
he probably will be
but
sent down. No, he's great. He probably will be sent down. He did play very well during the exhibition games and when the Yankees did the inter-squad games. But my thing is too, if the Yankees are having a blowout game against someone where it's 12-0, you could have, if you have both them up, Estrada can go to second and you have Tyler Wade take over at shortstop, because you have Tyler Wade be your backup shortstop, which I think is more likely because he is very good at shortstop, and he made a great play actually. I know at a different position last night, but he still has a great defense.
I think Wade's just the utility guy. He's playing.
He is a utility guy, and I love Tyler Wade, and I'm glad that we have him on the team as a backup. But yeah, Torres, he's gonna be my starting shortstop. Now third base is a little half and half for me because I love Urshela's defense, but I think Miguel Andujar's bat is a lot better.
Yes.
So that it doesn't really matter if one plays one day and one plays the other. That's fine with me.
I'm okay with that too.
Yeah. Starting in left field, obviously big Aaron Judge. He's got to be out there, and if he's not out there, you could put Stanton out in right field. You could probably have Tautman play left field, right field. Frazier has played right field in the past. He has had some issues with it. Moving over to center field, I'm going with Aaron Hicks starting. Once again, Tautman could go over there too. And starting left field, I can't say Miguel Andujar because I haven't seen enough of him playing in left field or seen a live season of him playing in left field, so I don't really know how well he could do out there. I know Clint Frazier could play very well in left field. I know he's a great batter. I do love Brett Gardner, though. He is the heart of the team right now. He is technically the leader and the captain without having that position title. He's the veteran. He's been here since 08 or 07. I love him. His arm isn't there anymore, though. He doesn't really have a good arm out there. He can still hit. If he could hit like last year, then hell yeah, start Brett Gardner.
Oh, yeah.
But I definitely, like you said, I want to see Clint Frazier play, and I actually want to see Clint Frazier play more than Mike Tautman. Even if Mike Tautman has been doing a lot better in the past couple weeks, I want to see Clint Frazier.
Tautman's just okay though. Like he gets all this hype that he was this, like coming of age, this guy out of nowhere, similar to Luke Voigt. Then he just like ripped. Tautman, he had an okay year for a guy that no one ever heard of.
He did have a decent year.
He didn't have this phenomenal year. He didn't come in with all these expectations. That's the problem with Frazier. Frazier came in with all the expectations in the world, and honestly, he didn't do too bad. Okay,
he grew up. He had a recent interview with someone else about a couple weeks last week, and he grew up from that whole, oh, I'm gonna be a badass and talk down to the press, with the Yankees, and that's not what the Yankees are about. They want you to have respect,
be an adult,
and in his last interview, he said, I have a role. I don't know what my role is. When, it's my time, I will be there to play for them. And he grew up. And I want to see Clint Frazier in that lineup majority of the season. I really do. I want to see him fit him in there somewhere, whether it's moving Gardner over to center field and having him play left, having Hicks sit out, having Hicks DHs some games when they give Stanton a break. I don't know. But, I'm missing catcher too, so I'll get to that. But I want to see Clint Frazier somewhere in this Yankee lineup. Now, catchers. I don't know how many catchers are planning on carrying or allowed to carry.
We're going to keep 2.
If it's 2, the thing is, Eric Kratz, goodbye. I don't understand why we signed him. Like you said, probably just for spring training to have that, extra person on the roster. I don't understand. I don't see his potential or what he can do for the Yankees. And he wears number 36, and I absolutely hate the number 36 on the Yankees because I feel like that's a crap number that they just give out to anyone who has a year.
What the hell?
I've talked to you about that before. I said, oh, look at this guy the Yankees signed. Bet you wears 36. And the next week, he wears number 36.
First of all, the Yankees have like 30 numbers retired, and then they have 60 on the field.
Everybody on the field in the past couple of days, not to get sidetracked, was wearing a number in the 70s, 80s, or 90s, and I was dying.
I was they dying. Do that, right?
Yeah, because those are numbers that they just give away to like the minor league players.
Exactly, because the earlier numbers are like the numbers everybody picks. Those are the most popular numbers.
And the 1 through 10's retired.
Yeah, exactly. 1 through 10.
All the good numbers are retired.
And then there's just so many other numbers that are retired as well, or other players you're currently using. So
Yeah.
when these nobodies come and say, okay, just take
Like,
this
look at
number.
Florial Mascherano. What number is he wearing? 90. Yeah. I like 72. That's actually my number, and MLB The Show.
I
like
hope
70.
Florial is everything we expect him to be, but these injuries, man.
Yeah. So anyway, catcher-wise, Krat's gone. I don't care about him. Iannetta, he does have really good experience behind the plate. He's a veteran. But Kyle's has been getting better the past couple of years. He does show potential. He does show that he can hit pretty well. He's great defensively behind the plate. Obviously, Sanchez is going to be our starter. Regardless, that's not changing. Unless there's like a situation where, if you remember a couple years ago, Sonny Gray actually didn't like the way Gary Sanchez caught, and Austin Romine was his personal catcher. So unless we have something like that, which I don't
I'm
think we
so
do.
happy you brought this up. I took a screenshot of something today, and I wanted to talk to you about it. So, Bleacher Report did like the top 100 players in baseball right now, and Sonny Gray was number 47 of the top 100. He finished the year with a 2.87 ERA and a career high of 205 strikeouts, and over his last 16 starts, he had a 1.99 ERA.
Sonny Gray is a great pitcher. He did not do good in New York, and that was because of the pitching staff that he had to deal with. They tried to force him to throw a slider that he didn't want to throw.
Oh, good. You're on the same page as me with this. Yeah, no. The Yankee staff, it's like, listen, if you're going to come to the Yankee staff, this is what they do. They're very high variance. They're going to say, okay, you can't hit a curveball, you're going to get 7 curveballs. You can't hit a slider, here's a couple sliders. You can't hit a changeup, here's a changeup. Yankees are one of the teams that throw the lowest amount of fastballs and throw the most off-speed and just
He didn't want to throw
pitches.
it. He didn't want to throw it because he wasn't good at it, and they made him throw it, and he sucked.
Yeah, and the games he didn't do it,
he's a great player, and I'm happy he's on the Reds now. I'm happy he's on a team that he can strive and do great things.
It just sucks that,
he didn't belong in New York.
No, it just sucks that
He did not belong in New York. He had a great. There was one season where he did okay with New York, and he had a great playoff run. But after that, they tried to force him to do something he want to do, and that's that. But we are actually running out of time. So I want to get to my pitchers. Obviously, Cole, Paxton. I'm taking Tanaka over Happ, and I'm taking Jordan Montgomery as the 5th starter. When it comes to relievers,
That's only 4.
What'd I say?
Cole, Paxton, Tanaka, Montgomery.
All right, so whatever. Throw Happ at the end of that then. Relievers. Counting is hard. Britton, Green, love Chad Green. Holder's awesome. Canley is a beast on the mound. I love Loizaga. Adam Ottavino has the nastiest slider there is
filthy
in the game. I don't care what anyone says. When Chapman gets back, Chapman's my closer. But for now, until he gets back, Britton could be the closer. He had that experience in Baltimore. Sessa, probably David Hale is going to be in there. If they don't announce it today or tomorrow, then Michael King will probably be up in the major leagues.
I hope so.
Otherwise, they already said Clark Schmidt, which is kind of disappointing because I like that kid. He's down. He did look really good. He'll be up next year. Yeah. Or maybe in the playoffs if they want to bring him up. But they might just make him wait till next year. Ben Heller, he's okay. Tyler Lyons, he's okay. So, yeah, that's kind of my bullpen. Are we missing anybody who's out on the COVID list besides...
No, it's just...
DJ came back pretty quick.
Yeah, DJ came back. Did you see his interview? Yeah, I got it. It wasn't that bad. I'm back. I'm here to play baseball. I'm like, all right, that's my guy.
That is my guy right there.
He's picking things off. Like, he never was sick. Hasn't missed a beat.
Loizaga looking good again.
Yeah, and Chapman, he'll be fine. I don't know why everyone's was freaking out. Like, oh, it's an undetermined amount of time. It's like, well,
have you
so
seen
all of them.
Chapman lately?
Dude's ripped.
Dude is a I cannot wait for the Yankees to play the Astros because Altuve, who got hurt today actually, who has a strain in his leg, happy about that, sucks. That's what you get. Also, George Springer, I'm going to go off really quick. George Springer and Alex Bregman both got plucked today. Thank you, Kansas City, for doing the deed because I doubt the Yankees are going to be playing the Astros. No, they aren't going to play the Astros in the season this year. We're going to have to probably wait to the playoffs unless someone kicks their ass and knocks them out in the first round or however they play.
Because of Corona, the Astros got off so easy.
Now when they
So
wait till
easy.
the Cuban Missile comes in and throws a
Not only
100-mile-an-hour
that,
fastball at Altuve's
Listen,
rib.
they got off easy because of Corona, and the schedule makers only had the Yankees and Nationals played twice for like 4 total games. They're like, we're afraid, so we're not gonna let this like happen. It's the new rivalry. It's the new game to be expecting.
Just wait till 2021, Astros. You are ours.
Not only ours, the whole league's coming after them because
Yep.
they got caught, and now they all are on
Nobody
edge
likes
because they
them.
all think they're next.
Cody Bellinger said he lost respect for them, so go Cody. Anyway, that's actually our longest episode so far. It's going to be an hour this week.
Oh,
but
cool.
we had a great discussion, had a great time, got to joke around, talk some Yankee baseball. As always, we'll be back here next Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. on YouTube and Spotify. That's where you can listen to us and watch us, too.
Yeah, check us out, guys. Give us a like, give us a follow, subscribe wherever you are.
Yep.
Share us on Facebook, share us on Instagram, share us
Twitter.
on TikTok, on Twitter. Wherever you have social media, do it. Tell your grandma, tell your parents, tell your fish, tell your dog, tell your cat, tell your sister, tell your long-lost cousin, tell your second cousin once removed, and then
All your
whatever.
Yankee fans,
Oh, yeah, tell
your
Yankee
friends,
fans,
family,
of course.
let them
Tell
know.
everybody.
Nick and Richie, every Wednesday, we'll be talking about Yankee baseball. Like I said, on YouTube and all the other
And
stuff
listen,
we just
and
mentioned.
we're active on Twitter, TikTok, Facebook. We're active everywhere. Like
we
gonna
are.
be
We are
posting
everywhere.
stats and pictures and videos and whatever we can to, the season's starting. We're gonna be on top of it, so stay tuned. Like, listen, you're gonna get videos of me dancing when players hit home runs, doing selfie dances in my living room.
Go check
it's
out.
gonna be fun.
Go
It's
check
gonna
out
be a
last
great time.
TikTok of Richie because actually that one was really funny. But
I almost broke
you
that
won't know
couch.
if it's funny if you don't go look us up on TikTok at Lizap and go watch it.
Yeah.
Right now, seriously, go watch it.
Yeah, I almost
But
broke a couch. Make sure you watch it.
that is true. Or the couch almost broke him.
I am
Oh.
fragile.
All right, guys, that's enough for today's episode. We will see you again next week. It's been real.
All right, guys. See you then.
Peace.